All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 9 a.m. 15-minute standing yoga practice. My name is Lacey Wolf. I am filling in for Carmen today, and I'm so happy you decided to join me for this 15 minutes and looking forward to getting a little movement in, getting our Friday started off in a really good place. If you have a chair nearby, please go ahead and grab a chair. That's all you're going to need for today's practice. Clear some space so that you can move. And we're going to start from standing, because this is all going to be a standing class. But if you do have limitations around standing, you are more than welcome to sit as well. If you need to sit down in the chair at any point, you can do that. And I may be showing you a couple of these options from the chair as well, from seated. Go ahead and just release your hands down next to your sides. Start to feel your feet underneath you. You have shoes on and you can kick them off, kick them off. You can really feel the ground and the muscles of your feet taking hold. Lift your toes, spread them out, and then just bring attention to your breath here. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, go ahead and close them. Just tune into your breath for a few rounds here. Feel your belly rise as you inhale, diaphragmatic breath. Exhale, releasing. More breaths here. And then we'll just start to move with our breath. Inhale, reaching your arms up over the top of the head. Exhale, releasing your hands down next to your sides. Inhale, reach them up. Exhale, release them down. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and reach them up again. And then from here, we're gonna just bring your palms together and we're gonna make some circular movements with the body. So you're just gonna, I like to imagine I'm like Charlie's Angel, like make a little steeple there, and they're just gonna roll down and then all the way back up. Yeah. And then we're just gonna go back in the opposite direction, making a big circle. Opening up the hamstrings, the low back, just rotate in the opposite direction. And then one last time. Roll down and then rise up. All right, from here, go ahead and find your chair. You're gonna place your hands on the top of the back of your chair and walk your feet out. So we wanna ideally get our body into about a 90-degree angle. This is a standing downward facing dog. And then inhale, go ahead and step forward, rise up. Lift your heart toward the ceiling. Pull your shoulders back for a little back bend here, and then walk your feet back out. Exhale, sink your ears down between your biceps. This should feel, hopefully it feels good, stretching out through the chest, the shoulders, and then walk your feet back in. Take a back bend again, looking up toward the ceiling. And then one more time, walk it out. This is a good way to get your downward facing dog a nice hamstring stretch in your office. If you're ever standing in your office and you're feeling tight because you've been sitting at your desk for a long time, you can, especially if you have a wheelchair, just roll it out. Rise up. And open up one more time through the chest, nice back bend. And then come back to standing. Let's take our right foot and just step it back into a lunge position. So you're gonna step your right foot back. Your heel is gonna be stacked on top. You can always use this chair for support. If you don't wanna use the chair, you don't need the chair, bring your left hand to your left hip. You're gonna bring your right arm across the midline of your body. Nice little side stretch here. Right, we're incorporating some balance work today, so go ahead and grab onto the chair. We're gonna load onto the left leg and we're gonna cross the right foot over into a standing pigeon pose. And you have so much support here because you have this chair. Now, this is one that you can just walk around and sit in the chair and cross your leg over and do the same thing as well. And then go ahead and rise back up to center. Bring your right foot to the floor. Take your left foot to the back. Step your left foot back. Stack your heel on top of your glutes. Stack your heel on top of your toes. Uh-oh. Not frozen here. I hope it comes back, y'all. Bring your right hand to your hip. Reach across the midline with your left arm. Good, hang with me. Sorry about that. Maybe I need to reset my router. And then from here, we're gonna rise back up to center. Bring your hands to the chair. Step onto your left foot. Cross your left foot over the right thigh. Sit back into your figure 4 position. Stretching through that hip. Good, inhale, rise back to center. Release. Go ahead and step your feet back. Find your downward facing dog one more time from the chair. And then walk your feet back in. We're gonna find that upward facing dog from standing, big chest opening. And then just come back to neutral. Step your right foot back again. And an opportunity here, raise those arms up over the top of your head. Left hands come to the left hip, reach across the midline, working those hip flexors. And then from here, we're gonna load, reach back, grab your right foot for a quad stretch. So bringing your knees toward each other to see if you can catch your right foot with the right hand. You can always use a strap, a necktie, a towel, anything like that as well if you can't quite reach that foot, or just bend your leg. You'll feel it in your quads, I promise. Tuck your tailbone under here. So really trying to just stretch those quads. Go ahead and release your right foot to the floor. Step your left foot back. You feel stable here, raise your arms up. Bring your right hand to the right hip. Left arm's gonna reach across the midline. Stretch. Good. And then come back to center. Weight comes on the chair. For support, step your weight onto the right foot. Grab your left foot in your hand for the same quad stretch on the other side. Feel free to close your eyes here. You are supported with that chair. See if you can let go of the chair, make it a little more challenging. Take a couple breaths. Go ahead and release. Let's step our feet back. One more time, come into that downward facing dog. Drop your ears between the biceps, push your hips toward the back of the room. And then walk your feet back in, finding your upward facing dog from standing. Oh, feels so good. Release, come back to center. All right, let's take our right foot back into a triangle setup. So from here, again, you can still keep holding onto that chair. You're gonna bring your right hand to your hip. You're gonna reach out, and then we're gonna reach down to our shin, to our thigh, wherever we can reach, while maintaining this open heart, open chest. Imagine you're kind of peeling your body back against a wall. You want to push your upper part of your shoulders against an imaginary wall, as well as your hips. And then from here, bring your hands to that chair. You're going to square off your hips a little bit and just fold over that front leg. Welcoming some sensation into your hamstrings here. It's a yogi way to say, stretch your hamstrings. Just really feeling it, kind of opening up, and that's creating that space in the left leg. Take another breath here. And then we'll step our feet together. Go ahead and do that on the left side. Take your left foot back. You can hold on to your chair. If this feels like enough, just keep holding onto the chair. You don't have to release the hand, but if you are ready to release your hand, you want to do that, release your hand down to your shin, to your thigh, wherever you can reach. And we breathe. Take another breath here. Nice hold, and then release your hands to the chair. We're gonna just square off the hips. Turn the back foot so your toes are facing the front of the room, and then we fold over into a pyramid stretch. And again, opening up those hamstrings. It's interesting. I used to teach fitness classes at DPS. We trained the state troopers, and we would do a sit and reach test before, and then we would do a yoga class and then do another sit and reach test after. You would be amazed how much more mobility you have after you do this. Because we hold these stretches. Go ahead and rise up to stand. Step your feet back together. All right, from here, we're going to try to link together some of our standing postures. So you want to just turn, have the chair handy, but if you don't need it, that's fine. You don't have to have it. Go ahead and bring your right knee into your chest, and we're going to hold. Press your knees into your hands and your hand into your knees. So you're gonna like using dynamic tension here. Then we're gonna set that leg on the thigh. If you feel wobbly today, that's okay. It's normal. Just try to get right back into it if you fall down. And again, you can use this chair to hold, stand up. And then we're gonna reach back, grab the right foot with the right hand, just transitioning right into that quad stretch. And then step that foot back, reach out and down, find triangle pose. Go ahead and release your right hand, hop your back foot forward just a little bit, fold forward. Take a breath. Press down into your feet to rise to stand, stepping your feet together. Bring your left knee into the chest. Pressing down into your grounded foot there, where your stability comes from. When you're ready, we're gonna cross that leg over, sit back. Figure 4, standing pigeon pose. Use that chair if you need it. And when you're ready, let's rise up, reach back, grab your foot with your hand. Pulling your knees toward each other, tucking your tailbone toward the ground. And then from here, we're gonna step that foot back into our triangle pose, reach out and down. Releasing your left hand, go ahead and square off your hips a little bit here. And again, it doesn't matter how far we reach. The goal is to stretch those hamstrings. If you're doing that, you're doing it right. Take another breath. Go ahead and step your feet back together. Take a moment with me, just close your eyes. Feel the ground underneath you. Feel your breath flowing in and out. Feel your belly rise and fall with each breath. Your next in-breath, raise your shoulders up toward your ears, squeeze. And as you exhale, roll them down and back. Take a couple more of those. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale, release. Last one, inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. All right, let's reach our arms up one more time. Full body breath. Exhale, release down next to your sides. Thank you so much for joining me for this 15-minute yoga at your desk class. I hope it was helpful. Get your Friday started, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend.